Hi everybody. I am recording from home again this week, and I have a couple of helpers. One may not stick around for very long. Can you see Hi Shadow? He's grown a little bit since he last was in one of our videos, huh? And then most of you know Caden, I think. So, as we talked about last week, this is Heifer Month at our church, and Heifer International is an organization that we collect money for in the month of August. You want to go? And it's a cause that we really like to support because they do some really good things. And instead of reading you all the facts and statistics and stuff about Heifer, which can get pretty boring, I have a book. So we're going to have story time for our children's conversation or virtual Sunday school today. And this book is called Beatrice's Goat. Okay? And I'm going to read, there's a part in here called an afterword right here. And I'm going to read this. I'm reading it before the book. It's kind of like an introduction about it. And this was written by this little bit that I'm going to read was written by Hillary Rodham Clinton. Several years ago, Heifer International, an organization I have known and admired for a long time, invited Paige McBriar and Laurie Lostoter to East Africa to research a children's picture book, Beatrice's Goat. A true story about a 9-year-old Ugandan girl is the result of that trip. It is a heartwarming reminder that families, wherever they live, can change their lives for the better. To do it, they need 3 things: resources, training, and community support. Through Heifer, Beatrice's family received all 3. They received a goat that provided nutrition and income, knowledge of how to care for this precious gift without harming the environment, and a supportive community that looks forward to sharing the benefits as Mugisa's offspring multiply and are given to an ever-widening circle of friends and families. Now that Beatrice and her brothers and sisters have milk to drink, they are no longer malnourished. The steady income from the sale of the extra milk has allowed Beatrice to attend school for the first time, as well as assuring her family that there will always be money to buy badly needed medicine, clothing, and supplies. Soon another family, and another, and another will enjoy these same benefits. In my travels across this country and around the world, I have seen that there are still too many who lack the opportunity to grow up with good health, a quality education, and a hopeful future. The story of Beatrice is an invitation to all of us to support those efforts that provide resources, educate families, and lift community spirits. Hey, cat was biting me. So that's what I just read. And now let's just go ahead and get on into the story, okay? So, like I said, the story is Beatrice's Goat, and it is by Paige McBriar, and the pictures are done by Laurie Lostoter. Okay. I might not have pronunciation of names right, for which I apologize. Okay. Here's the first bit of it. Let's see if I can show you the picture while reading. Oh, pretty good. Can you see Caden? If you were to visit the small African village of Kisinga in the rolling hills of western Uganda, and if you were to take a left at the crossroads and follow a narrow dirt path between 2 tall banana groves, you would come to the home of a girl named Beatrice. Beatrice lives here with her mother and 5 younger brothers and sisters in a sturdy mud house with a fine steel roof. The house is new. So is the shiny blue wooden furniture inside. In fact, many things are new to Beatrice and her family lately. See, Caden? And it's all because of a goat named Mugisa. Beatrice loves everything about Mugisa. The feel of her coarse brown and white coat, the way her chin hairs curl just so, and how Mugisa gently teases her by butting her knobby horns against Beatrice's hand, tup, tup, like a drumbeat waiting for a song. But there is one reason why Beatrice loves Mugisa most of all. There's Beatrice and Mugisa. In the time before Mugisa, Beatrice spent her days helping her mama hoe and plant in the fields, tend the chickens, watch the younger children, and grind the cassava flour that they would take to market to sell. Once in a while she was tending baby Pascavia, Beatrice would stop by the schoolhouse. Often the students had carried their long wooden benches outside to work under the cool shade of the jackfruit trees. Then Beatrice would stand quietly off to one side, pretending she was a student too. Oh, how she longed to be a schoolgirl, how she yearned to sit on one of the benches and figure sums on a small slate chalkboard, how she wished to turn the pages of a worn copybook and study each word over and over until it stuck in her mind like a burr. I'll never be allowed to go to school, she would sigh. How could I ever save enough money to pay for books or a uniform? See, here we don't have to worry about that because we can always go to school. It doesn't cost us extra to go to a public school. But in Africa, you have to pay school fees, and they always have to wear uniforms, so you have to buy special clothes, and you have to pay for your books.
We don't.
Nope, we don't have to do that. We do that through our taxes, which is a different story entirely. Okay, let me turn it so it's easier for you to see the pictures while I read. One day, while Beatrice was busy pulling weeds, Mama came to her with dancing eyes. Beatrice, some kind-hearted people from far away have given us a lucky gift. We are one of 12 village families to receive a goat. Beatrice was puzzled. A goat? What kind of gift was a goat? It couldn't get up each morning and start their charcoal fire for cooking. It couldn't hike down to the stream each week and scrub their dirty clothes clean. It couldn't keep an eye on Grace, Moses, Harriet, Joash, and Pascavia. Her long fingers tugged patiently at the weeds. That's very nice, Mama, she said politely. Then Mama added, It will be your job to take care of our goat. If you do, it can bring wonderful things. Beatrice looked up at her mother. Will this goat come soon? She asked. Because I would like to meet such a goat. Mama laughed. Good things take time. First, I must plant pastures and build our goat a shed. Beatrice nodded slowly. Surely Mama knew what she was doing. I will help you, she declared. For the next few months, Beatrice worked harder than ever. She helped Mama collect the posts for the shed walls, then lashed the posts together with banana fibers. She planted narrow bands of stiff elephant grass along the edges of their cassava field. She put in pigeon trees and lab vines between the banana trees. Lots of planting. Finally, one day Beatrice's goat arrived, fat and sleek as a ripe mango. Beatrice stood shyly with her brothers and sisters, then stepped forward and circled the goat once. She knelt close, inspecting its round belly, and ran her hand along its smooth back. Mama says you are our lucky gift, she whispered, so that is what I will name you. Mugisa, luck. 2 weeks later, Mugisa gave birth. It was Beatrice who discovered the first one kid, and then, to her surprise, another. Baby goats are called kids.
Hey, like us.
Yeah. Twins, she exclaimed, stooping down to examine them. See that, my Mugisa? You have already brought us 2 wonderful things. Beatrice named the first kid Mulindwa, which means expected, and the second Gehembo, or surprise. Each day, Beatrice made sure Mugisa got extra elephant grass and water to help her produce lots of milk, even though it meant another long trip down to the stream and back. There she is with the goat and then the goat's babies. Here's the next page. When the kids, the baby goats, no longer needed it, Beatrice took her own first taste of Mugisa's milk. Sweet, she said, mixing the rest into her cup of breakfast porridge. Beatrice knew Mugisa's milk would help keep them all much healthier. So there they all are drinking the goat milk. Now, each morning after breakfast, Beatrice would head off to the shed to sell whatever milk was left over. "Open for business," she would say, in case anyone was listening. Often she would spy her friend, Bunani, coming through the banana groves. "Good morning, Beatrice," Mugisa, expected and surprised, Bunani would always say. Then he would hand Beatrice a tall pail that she would fill to the top with Mugisa's milk. When Beatrice finished pouring, Bunani would hand her a shiny coin, and Beatrice would carefully tuck the money into the small woven purse at her side. Day after day, week after week, Beatrice watched the purse get fuller. Soon there would be enough money for a new shirt for Moses and a warm blanket for the bed she shared with Grace. One day, Beatrice returned from collecting water and noticed Mama frowning and counting the money in her woven purse. Beatrice put down the water can and rushed to her mother's side. "Mama, what is it?" she asked. "What's wrong?" As she looked up, Mama's frown turned to a small smile. "I think," she said, "you may just have saved enough to pay for school." "School?" Beatrice gasped in disbelief. "But what about all the other things we need?" "First things first," Mama said. Beatrice threw her arms around her mother's neck. "Oh, Mama, thank you!" Then she ran to where her goat stood chewing her cud and hugged her tight. "Oh, Mugisa," she whispered, "today I am the lucky one. You have given me the gift I wanted most." Would you be that excited about going to school? After this summer, maybe. The very next week, Beatrice started school. On the first morning that she was to attend, she sat proudly waiting for milk customers in her new yellow blouse and blue jumper. Mugisa by her side. Beatrice felt nervous and excited at the same time. Mugisa pressed close, letting her coarse coat brush softly against Beatrice's cheek. "Oh, Mugisa," Beatrice cried, "I'll miss you today." Then she thought again about all the good things Mugisa was bringing. Mama said that soon Surprise would be sold for a lot of money. "It will be enough to tear down this old house," she had explained. "We will be able to put up a new one with a steel roof that won't leak during the rains." Beatrice heard a rustle and noticed Bunani heading toward her with his empty milk pail. He eyed her new uniform and sighed. "You're so lucky. I wish I could go to school." Beatrice reached out and touched Bunani's arm. "I have heard that your family is next in line to receive a goat." A smile crossed Bunani's face. "Really? Really?" It's part of passing on the gift. Then Beatrice kissed Mugisa on the soft part of her nose, close to where her chin hairs curled just so, and started off to school. There you go. That's the end of the story. So that is why this book tells us why we have a Heifer month at our church, and also why we collect extra money in order to donate that money to Heifer so that they can continue to gift families like Beatrice's those things that they need that can help them really have a much better life and a life closer to what you and I and everyone around us is able to have. So I think it's a really terrific story. And you can also, if you go to YouTube with your parents, and if you look for Heifer International and Beatrice's goat, they actually have a video that has the real Beatrice in there, and it talks about her story with her, so you can actually see what she really looks like and everything. So let's go ahead and close in a quick prayer, and then I'll let you go for the week. Dear God, thank you for organizations like Heifer International, and for the terrific work that they do out in the world, reaching out to people that we simply wouldn't even really know about if it weren't for organizations like them. Please help us learn more about them and learn more about the people that they help, and learn how we can do what we can do to help them more. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, everybody, thank you and have a terrific week. Bye.